Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Good morning. You ready for our live? Takes place in about 5 hours. That's right. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, July 14th. Guys, I'm hoping that I will be able to speak with people that are further away. Not that I have anything against people from the USA, but a lot of the people that are from our community, that are from like Australia and different parts of the world with different time zones, have asked, I keep missing lives because of this, and I get it. And I said, I will do a live that will be better for everybody's time, I'm hoping, and hopefully this is it. So it will be in about 5 hours, guys. Did children pay the price of their parents? Did children pay for the sins of their moms and dads? Do they? Because I want you guys to remember the sin of Gypsy Rose Blanchard when we think of Nick Godejohn and we think of Nick's mom. We really only met Nick's mom when she was being interviewed by the same woman that interrogated her son, who interrogated Nick, and how she thought her son was a good boy. And Nick's mom is no longer with us. She died of an H overdose. And it's believed that she never even had that problem until after her son was incarcerated, and she kept having to deal with the questions and the accusations and her own guilt about how she let that happen. And she didn't let anything happen. Her son was getting in a taxi, and she asked him, "Where are you going?" And he said, "Well, I didn't think you'd let me go," but he was over 18. And she worried about him. And Gypsy wrote letters to Nick's mom saying, "Your son's going to be safe with me. He can come and he can stay with me. And I really love your son." And then wrote letters to Mr. Bobby. That's Nick's real dad. And gave this false sense of safety, knowing that she talked her son, that Gypsy talked Nick's mom's son, Nick, into unaliving her mom. And yet she was telling Nick's mom, "Oh, your son's going to be safe with me. We'll have such a great time. I love him so much." But never once said, "Yeah, I love him so much that I'm going to set him up for MURDER, then throw him under the bus and run away with somebody else." This is what I allege. This is my theory. "And then I'm going to be left in the dark, and I'm going to need to hang on to your son. So I'm going to come and live with you. And nobody's going to be the wiser. Nobody's going to find out. People will just think that I've gone, and I'll live this quiet life in Wisconsin with Nick." That's not what happened. And then when everything went to shit, Gypsy said, "Nick did that. And Nick came to do that. All I wanted was for Nick to come and take me away with him. Save me, Nick. Save me." And she wanted people to believe what an innocent person she is. And she's not innocent. Not innocent at all. She set up that man. She lied to the parents of that man. Nick's mom is no longer of this earth because she couldn't handle it, allegedly. Nick's incarcerated for life. Gypsy's out here playing who's the daddy and hot potato, because when she's bored with you, she chucks you to the side. Do you think that she is going to be always in love with her child? What happens when her child stretches her patience? What happens when her child gets a little bit more attention than her? What happens if her child has the same chromosome disorder or deficiency as Gypsy had? Is her child going to be able to get the same necessary care? Or is Gypsy going to hide it because that's going to show the world that she was a liar and a con, and that her mom took advantage of a situation, but that legitimately Gypsy was really sick? And the surgeries Gypsy had were needed. The few uninvasive surgeries. So when all that goes to show, when all of that is out there, what are you going to say then, Gypsy? What happens if your kid has this? How are you all of a sudden going to be a really good parent? You said that you figured out how to be a really good wife 2 weeks after you were home. Oh, we got this. This is easy. We got this. Until you didn't want it anymore. Then it was Nick snores. The big deal. Nick snores and keeps Tupperware. What happens when your kid gets older and leaves Legos or bits of Barbie dolls? You know, head over here, an arm over there. Then what? How are you going to react about that? When your kid cries too often? When your child doesn't want to go to sleep when you want your child to go to sleep? How are you no longer going to be annoyed when you were so easily annoyed, Gypsy? CPS needs to be on Gypsy Rose from the get-go until the child's 26, 27 years old. Now, we all see the red flags with this. We've seen her, she doesn't know who she wants to be with. We've seen her fickle. We've seen her walk away when it's become too much. We've seen her disenchanted and she throws her toys up in the air and leaves. We see this, but we're going to stand by. Not that we could do anything. And she's going to have a child. That all of a sudden we're to believe, according to Gypsy, that something shifted in her. And she no longer is going to think of herself first. She just woke up that day, took a pregnancy test and said, my world shifted. I no longer am going to be first. No longer. That's how this started, but I'm no longer going to be first. I'm pregnant by another man who I'm not married to, so my desires and my wants and needs aren't going to be of any importance to me anymore. All of a sudden, that's going to go away. Out of the blue, that's no longer going to be an issue. I am going to be led by the desires of my child. Yeah, bullshit. I call bullshit. I don't think that's the case at all. I think Gypsy has destroyed all the beautiful in her life, and she will continue to do so. Tell me what you think in the comments. Guys, don't forget, August 2nd, 12 noon, Tom's River, the courthouse, the lawn of the courthouse, wear light blue, justice for Corey. It's the sentencing of that monster, Christopher Gregor. I'm going to be there, guys. Please check out my community page. That links to Holly Jolly's community page. Those people that are thinking about carpooling. And also, you could put up the profile photo of Corey with his hand up in the blue shirt from July 31st in the evening until August 3rd in the morning to show your support. Justice for Corey, guys. Thank you. All right, guys. See you next time. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind. Thanks, guys.